Alright. Oh, we can check the king here. And we could also check the king there. Then where can he go? Could also do this, and then it goes down. And then we take. And then that's just messy. Well, he can't go anywhere then, actually. You're right here. And then that's a force field, basically. But I can't jump 2 squares. So I think we do this. That then forces him down, push up. And then he could go here. Well, he's forced to go there. Then we do that. There we go. Sweet. Off to a good start. Not too bad. Alright. Well, I see this instantly. Could also do this. To which then he does that. To that. And then the king would move up. For some reason I don't really like it. I don't know why. Let's see. Could also go here, which is a check. Which the queen would then go there. Take. Drop it all the way down. But then he just takes. See, this is where I was messing up yesterday, where I feel like I'm thinking a little too much on this. And not just trusting what my instincts are. I think it goes here, here, here. And then that's a check. And then we just gotta figure out what to do from there. Alright. See, I don't like this. Could do that. That's not good either, though, because then it's just a free take. Could also do this, which is then like a 1-move checkmate. Yep. Okay. And then that. Oh, we gotta take it. And then hit to take. And then what? Go here. Take the pawn. Sorry, I'm sitting here thinking on this for way too long. Okay. Well, that's a check. We'll be lurking? Alright, what's up? Take. Take. Grab the pawn. And then you just drop. That doesn't work. Okay. Could also be take, 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 but then He's up that pawn by like a really good margin. Could also be check. Takes. Yeah. Take. Check. Take. He couldn't take, actually. And then from there, I've got free reign of the pawns. And I'm up a rook. Could do that, check him, then go drop all the way down. What? Why wouldn't I check? Then he's just gonna move his king out of the way, and then I could drop all the way down, and then he's forced to just move or not. I go here, take, right? Like, I feel like that's a pretty good plan. There's gotta be something better then. Right? What was stopping me? So, I hate the analysis board on here. Huh? I'm confused. Alright, analysis board. Let's go back to this. Let's open this up. Alright, so we know we want to do this. King's gonna... Okay. Game. Take. Okay. Sweet. So then he pushes. What's stopping me from doing that? And then stopping me from doing this. You know what I'm saying? And then what? He's got to do that, and then I can do this. Ah, I see. Then it's a draw. I get you. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. That's why. If he plays perfectly, it would be a draw. Okay. That's why it's wrong. Because this still would have made sense to me versus doing this way. I think a lot of times this would still make a lot of sense. That makes sense, though. Okay. Gotcha. Well, hey. One loss, and it was a minus 15 for that. That kind of sucks, but whatever. Check. Could do that. Could also pin that way. That's take. I feel like it's bad. Take with a check. King that way. Could be the case. Could also check this way. Yeah, it's still king this way. No matter what. So it's just picking the diagonal I want. And this side seems more threatening. Do I gain? Is there any good checking spots afterwards on either side? I don't see anything. Do I take any material out of this? I don't know. Because then it would be like this. Yeah. So I need to go to this side. There we go. Alright. See, I wish I could think like this when I play a game. Like, okay, coming into this, here's my puzzle. Alright, I'm on this end game. Here's what we need to do. I knew I was gonna be wrong. It's here. Take. It's not really feasible. Can't really move his king up. He could take if he wants. Then he takes here. But then it's a push. And he had to go all the way up here. Could also just take. Take. Yeah, let's see. It seemed more right to me. Got a nice check here. To which then he can go here. To which then I can check, take. There we go. It seemed more wrong if I just took the rook right away, because then it would just be a bad rook trade for no reason. And then this is like a Philidor pawn, I guess. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called like a Philidor pawn. Might be wrong. It's a nice fork right there. Could take that. But his king moves back to there. It's not that, okay. Huh. I really would have guessed that. It seems right. I don't know why that would. Maybe that. No? Okay. That really seemed right. Because it's like a nice fork. And then he moves back to here. Then I could check here. You could do that. Or you could do that. Which is probably why it's not right. Either way, then I'm up a... Well, moves this bishop. I'm not up anything. I'm down off a rook at that point. Never mind. Sometimes, though, it sacks, and that's the weird part. Could also drop down to here. Seems like it just gets me back to the same point. I don't know, man. Drop down to here doesn't seem good. Going up to here doesn't seem right. It's a rook move. Okay, I would have figured it was a queen move. It's probably that. Yeah. 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 The second it moved over to where we were thinking with the wrong piece, realized it right away. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've gotten 3 wrong out of the 8, so 5 out of 8. Seems like a good way of challenging that. Yeah, I've got no checks. This might be something at some point, but it does seem like that, maybe? That's not right, so I don't know. Could be this. That's not right. It's definitely my rook. Interesting. I don't think it's there. This felt more right to me, but I was thinking this earlier. I had thought about that earlier, but it didn't seem right. It just seemed like it was too slow to me. But like normally that's what you want to do because you want to try to promote your pawn through a forced take to some degree. So that's why I felt like that would have been the right answer at the start. But I was just too scared to try it because I just felt like it was gonna be too slow. It's another one of those where just like overthinking it. Can't really think about it too much like that. Could always check this way. But I think I need to go here first. And then I can go back. And then I can... I think I block him in this way. Then what? He goes up still. Or no, he goes back this way. Not too much a fan. Go this way. Then he can go out that way. I feel like it's a check this way. So that way he's forced to go either up or down. If he goes up, then it's this. Or down, and it's this. I feel like it's that. It might not be that, though. It might be this. But this seems like a better option. He's forced there, then that. Then he's forced to go here. Right. And that just doesn't seem right. Seems rather wrong. This seems like a bad choice, because then it's just whatever, but it might be right. Here. Then he's forced to go up to here. And then I could check here. I'm thinking about this too wrong. It's taking the bishop. That's what it is. It's taking the bishop. I actually found myself in a similar position to this the other day, I think. Can't really push. Could do this. And then... and really threatening that. It seems right. I mean, it seems like it could work. Sorry, I know I'm not talking a lot. It seems like you could take, so that way it stops him from just pushing this needlessly. And then it's that, right? Because then you'd have to just like win this pawn trade, and he's gonna be forced to either move or take. But then from there you do that, I guess. Then you can force this to which then he's really forced to either take or take. Divide and conquer, I guess, there. Inevitable queen. I think we're approaching our 30-minute mark. Yeah, we are. We got 8 more minutes left, and then we'll be at our 30. Alright, so we're black here. Well, there's a nice check on the king there. There's a nice check on the king here. Checking on the king here. Checking on the king here. It's also here. Here saves this diagonal. Because this is my square that I'm a little concerned about, is how do I get him off of this square? And I can't go here. But I could go here. There we go. Sweet. Had to fill in it with something like that. That seemed pretty right to me. It just didn't seem wrong. I just needed to make sure I picked the right square for the horse, otherwise it was going to be a bad time. Alright, we're black. And then he's forced to take or take. One of the two. If he doesn't take this, then it's a runaway, I think. Pretty sure that's the case. Alright. We got a lovely check right here. I also check here. To there. So if I check him here, alright. Sorry if I just like smashed my mic right there. Well, he's boxed in at that point. But he could go down, which isn't that much of a concern. If he does, then I go up. I think like that. Is there something easier here? This is blocked. He could also just slip into that back corner. Alright, it's not the knight, it's the rook then. Okay. Can't move my knight, so it's gotta be that. It's a long checkmate. To here? Yeah, that's a long checkmate. Holy cow. Alright. Well, let's check our timer. We've got 3 minutes left. Okay. That was a 1647. Seemed rather hard. Alright. Got a nice check here. And then... what? Could also check here, which is a nice fork. Into here and here. You can only go to there or there. It's not that one, it's that way. It's that way. And then that's definitely why it's better. Okay. You get a little too gun-ho looking at forks, huh? Sorry, you know, it's been really, really into forks right now. Anywho. Check. And then what? Check, check, take. And then what? It's equal. Bet I can move my king over. There we go. Sounds good to me. I feel like I'm doing pretty okay today. I feel like I'm not doing that bad. 1758. We're at 1696. Is that where we finished at yesterday? I think it is, right? 1696. No, we did 1692. Okay. Not too far away. We have exactly 1 minute and 42 seconds left. So let's see if we can just get our score up a little bit. We can always go for check, check, R, check, takes, nah, takes, 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 drop. Yeah, take, 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 check. But then what? You know what I mean? It could also be check, take, check. Take. Like that. There we go. Not too bad. And that was all of our time. It literally just perfectly changed over to the 30-minute mark. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put that on a quick pause for a second, though, real fast before I forget, because now I'm just wasting that time while we write down our results from this. So we're at a 17:09. Not too bad. I don't know what's sticky on my finger. It might be the McDonald's syrup, you know. Let's get a profile. So we did 17. We had 11 out of 17. So what does that end up being? 11/17. is a 65% accuracy.